p.m. So whenever Curtis is ready, it looks like Curtis is ready, so we will call our meeting to order. Are there any additions or deletions to the agenda? I know there's one that Sarah sent out, the item F, recommendation on bids. Okay, one. Any additional changes? I'm hearing none, so we'll entertain a motion to accept the agenda as amended.
Support.
Motion support, last chance for comments or questions. All those in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Any opposed, no. Motion is carried, we have an agenda. The roll has been taken. That's correct, all right. Pledge of Allegiance, if everyone would please rise and join us in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thank you very much. Next up, we did entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the May 26, 2026 regular meeting minutes.
Approval.
Have a motion support. Are there any comments, questions, additions, or deletions? Hearing none. All those in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Any opposed, no. Motion is carried. Request for purchase. We are considering a resolution to approve a request for purchase to Lungheimer, however you pronounce that, Ford dealer in the amount of $39,696 for 2026 F-150 4x2 regular cab pickup as included in the fiscal year 2026 annual budget. Your pleasure.
Move approval.
Support.
Got a motion support. Any background?
Yeah, this is going to replace what's known as Unit 23, which has been in service in our Park and Rec program. That was a 2006 vehicle. The Unit 23 will be replaced by Unit 14, which actually is a 2002 vehicle that's been used by our Department of Public Works mechanics. So that being inside more and less out and about, that's in better shape, so we're going to move that to the Park and Rec department, and then this new pickup will be used by the mechanics division. There's an air compressor in the back of that Unit 14 that will be put into the new vehicle as well. So yeah, we hold on to these vehicles as long as we can. So
Pass them around to get the maximum life out of it. Okay, good plan.
yep, and that is that price is off the state contract.
Okay. Questions? Anybody have questions? It's one, it's a two-wheel drive?
Yes, two-wheel drive.
It's not four?
It's not four.
Okay. No need for four-wheel
There is no
drive in
need
this?
for what we're doing with it. There is no need for it. No.
Probably beneficial too. You don't have the wear and tear and maintenance costs of the four-wheel drive.
Yeah.
It is. It's much more expensive to upkeep and
All of our service trucks down the tires are wheel drive.
Oh, really?
Most of them, yeah.
Interesting. I wouldn't have thought that. All right, we have a motion for us, so all those in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Any opposed, no. Motion is carried, and we're buying a truck. Next, we are considering a resolution to approve a request for purchase to Summit Fire Protection in the amount of $12,960 to extend the existing fire alarm system at the Elma Transit Building into the new building addition, and to authorize the transit director to sign the related proposal.
Move approval.
Support.
Just real, very quickly, that this was not as part of the facility expansion project. So this will be funded out of our equipment line item in our fiscal year 2026 budget. There is money in there for that, and the transit facility will be, or the transit department will be reimbursed by the state of Michigan at 50%, 56% of that cost of it. So.
Okay. We have a motion. Questions? Just one, is the contract for the new building, does it not allow a fire system, or
It has to
did
have
we just
it.
miss it?
It wasn't in the plan, and we have to have it to.
Right, I understand the need for it, I just, we missed it in the bid process, so we should have included it with the building.
I would assume that should have been in.
It could have been covered.
Because we have fire suppression system,
Right,
but the alarm system was not included.
okay,
So
just a question.
that's why we're here.
Yep.
The fire suppression system is there, so we need this, because we will not get a CO without this.
Oh, I get that.
Yep.
Okay, Last chance, anybody else? All those in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Any opposed, no. Motion is carried. Thank you. Moving down to the recommendation on bids. We are to consider a resolution to receive bids and approve the contract and approve the purchase order as well for the recommended bidder, who is Wool Gas Corporation, for the build out of the, what is it, the B2D space? Or
It's a business incubator and innovation development center.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know if they would come up with an acronym for that. or-
That's what, business incubator in
BI squared D, okay.
EIID.
BIID. Anyway, the space at the Opera House Boiler House. And also to authorize the city manager to sign the agreement. And we had the 3 bids from Three Rivers, Wool Gas, and Greenwald. And Wool Gas was the lowest bidder, who is being recommended today. Correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so your pleasure.
Move to approve.
Support.
Okay, we have motion to support. Any more background you want to give? or-
Just attached to your amendment was a letter from Ryan Stout, the facilities director at Allen College. She is overseeing the project from the construction side of things and has vetted all the line items in there, and that Wool Gas has fulfilled what they need for the build out for the incubator center. And then also we did mention here that this number doesn't include the 15% contingency. If there's items in there that when we see open up that old building that need to be fixed, that we don't know about, that we may have to come back for some change orders. So that's being talked about, but that'll come at a different date if that is necessary.
Okay. I think Mr. Stout is here. Is there anything you'd like to add for comments to make, or?
Not that I'm excited about the project, and I think it's gonna be a real, the business incubator space for small businesses is gonna be a great addition to the city, to really get business going again in the community.
I would agree. I would think we're all excited about that, and congratulations on receiving the funding for that. So-
Can you tell, how would I use that? I want to start a business, I want to start a widget store, okay? What does this have to do with my wanting to start a widget store? How can it help me?
And I think maybe Eric.
Yeah, I'll take that. Brian's on the build-out side.
Okay, all right.
He just gets us all ready, and
Okay.
then on the one side of it, you'll have the Innovation Center, which will be used by college students for engineering, prototyping,
Okay,
learning that side of things.
okay.
Also, the space will be available for any of our industrial facilities, private industries, in not just Alma, but Gratiot County. If there's a way to tie that together, that's available there. The front side, from the incubation side of things, what we've looked at for the front side of that, about a quarter of the building, give or take, we'll have space for incubating of retail space. There's plenty of spaces up in, like, say, Mount Pleasant, and some other communities within 45 minutes that incubate office space, but there's nobody incubating retail.
What does that mean? Can I open my widget store in there for a little while to get
Yes,
it going?
well, as part of this grant, and what we have in the proposal is that we'll go through some sort of process to choose somebody with an idea.
Okay.
They'll need to go through some training with the Small Business Association, those sorts of things. And then they'll have free rent in that space for a period of, I think we had the first, like a year.
Okay.
And the idea is, hopefully they can get their feet underneath them.
Without all the startup costs.
And we can move them in another location in the downtown area. Discussing it beforehand, because we did discuss, do we do some office incubation or those sort of things? Well, we think we could do some of that with the space they're creating for the lab and what we have available in the community in general right now. We do not have anything where we can incubate retail, and retail is one of the toughest.
Yeah.
Right now, it is really one of the toughest things to get up and going. So that's why we're heading down that path, because there is other spaces in this region where you could get incubator space but they don't provide eatery space for retail. So we're trying to go after this niche to see what we can do with that, and the college is helping us out with.
It's kind of what I thought it might be along those lines, but thank you for the clarification. Interesting. Good
The
idea.
way I've read things, I think there's a lot of flexibility involved. We work with various things, and whatever the business plan entails. Yes, I think college students are going to work with the companies through the business on their business plans, and
There's a lot of different
all the
opportunities
Yeah.
in the space that they have toward the back with the engineering component is a very flexible space for what the students need, what the engineering needs. It'll be something that the college currently doesn't really have that will hopefully start to branch out into that tech side of things, the engineering STEM side of things, as opposed to liberal arts.
Good. Yeah, very exciting.
Thank you.
Okay, any more questions? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Any opposed, no?
Prefer to abstain due to my employment with the college.
Okay, so we have, what, 4 yeses and 1 abstention? So the motion has passed. And thank you very much. Okay, next ordinance is we're to consider a resolution to introduce ordinance number 853 to regulate the replacement of all galvanized water lines and infrastructure within the city of Alma geographic boundaries.
Great, we have to go back up to see.
Oh, I'm sorry, I skipped one, didn't I? Yep, thank you, Michelle. So we have a resolution, we need to consider a resolution to ratify the investment of the following city funds, and we have 2 before us tonight. Looks like 2 CDs at 3.05 and 4.15, so our rates have dropped just a touch, but still livable, I guess. Your pleasure.
Is the great discrepancy in interest because of the length of the maturity date? On it? I mean, one's for 3 months and one's for 2 years.
2 years, yeah.
That is part of it. Part of it too is that the Huntington Bank one is a local bank, so we typically, not always, but typically we get a little bit lower rates on our local banks, but we still want to support them because they're local, and B, we do other things with them. The other one, we actually went out to like a statewide bid, so we tend to get a little bit higher rates on the more broad ones.
Okay, thank you.
Any more questions?
Move to adopt.
Support. Okay. We have a motion and support. All those in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Any opposed, no. Motion's carried. Now we consider a resolution to introduce ordinance number 853 to regulate the replacement of all galvanized water lines and infrastructure within the city of Alma geographic boundaries.
Move to introduce.
Support. Okay. You want to give more background? This is what we talked about before.
Yeah, just the last 2 meetings. This will give the staff the ability to provide a letter, like a last chance letter, to get these galvanized lines changed out while we have the state revolving loan funds to pay for those replacements. Basically, this ordinance says if they don't do it, we'll have to shut off the water because we can't guarantee that we're providing safe water, and that before it can be turned on, the line has to be changed out, but that line would be done at that homeowner's expense instead of it being paid for by the grant right now. So,
Okay. Are there any questions? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Any opposed, no. Motion is carried. Okay, reports of officers, boards, and committees. Commissioners may receive the following reports by one resolution, or any commissioner may remove any item within the section for individual discussion and vote. Tonight, we have the Alma Police Department May 2026 report, the Alma Transit May 2026 report, the May 2026 building permit report, and the city manager's report. Your pleasure.
Move to receive 1 through 3.
Okay, we have a motion for 1 through 3. Last chance to come with your questions. Hearing none, all those in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Any opposed, no. Motion is carried. We've received those 3 reports. Your pleasure on number 4, the city manager report.
Move to receive number 4.
Support.
Okay, we have motion support. Eric, enlighten us, please.
yes, the first one, and pretty big one, countywide transit. Brett and I did attend the last city commission meeting, or county commission meeting, and to be there to discuss the proposal on their agenda for support of a resolution to put out a proposal for a countywide millage for transportation. As we talked about the last meeting, the reason why we went down and acted now as opposed to waiting later to do that. There is an opportunity at the state of Michigan to submit an application to help us fund the upfront costs of expanding the transportation system countywide. We had I think a very full and fruitful discussion. The county board did vote 4-1 to pass the resolution to put the ballot language, the ballot proposal on the ballot coming up in November. The ballot language will be for 0.5 for 4 years. Now, if that part is done, that can be submitted with the application. Without that, it wouldn't have made any sense to submit the application for the funding. But now there's all the work that has to be done on the educational part of it. The discussion that happened, this is all contingent upon us getting funding from the application and grant to upfront the costs for the expansion. And not just that, but if we do get funded well enough to pay for the expansion. The discussion was 0.5 is the limit. The county board did not want to go any higher than 0.5. If that 0.5, depending on what the state says about our application, if it's not fully funded or funded enough, then what will happen is even if the county does vote to move forward with the millage, if there's not enough money there to front the cost to get this up and running, the county will just zero out that millage proposal, that they won't levy that across the whole county. In that case, Slipper would continue on with their normal millage that they have currently, and then this board would continue on with our normal budgeting and millage levy that's voted on each budget season. There's a lot of discussions need to have in education to get everyone to see all those different scenarios that could happen. In our case, just for the city of Alma residents, we've never voted on transportation before as a electorate. It's always been part of the state statute is this board is allowed to approve as public hearing for budgeting purposes each year up to 1 mil levy for transportation services. So that's what this board has always done since 1974 when we got started. So we've never been out for a vote. So there's some education we even have to do here locally. We will be meeting with Slipper and the Joint Administrative Board this Friday, and Slipper, Kurt Giles is the chair for Slipper. He's also invited George Bailey, County Commissioner, and Tim Delaney, the County Administrator, to that meeting to kind of discuss where we go from this point here.
I intend to attend that.
Roger's
It's a
on.
public meeting.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So I'm bringing it up. And Roger's on that board as well. That is this Friday at 10 o'clock in St. Louis. We've also, put out Brett and I are more than willing to go out and meet with other township supervisors and things like that, just to, say hi, get to know each other and talk a little bit about transit and how it functions and what we're trying to accomplish here with the grant request. So good news, we're moving to the next step, but there's a lot to do here, and it's going to be a big lift to go from. It was a big lift to go from City of Alma to the Slipper jurisdiction, and now it will be definitely a bigger lift to go countywide too. But definitely well worth it if we can make this all work for the county residents and us here in the city as well. So a lot more to come on that. Also at the County Commission meeting in relation to BSNA Cloud, the County Commission did vote to move forward with a contract to get themselves in line to have their system updated from the .NET to the cloud system. We've talked about this a couple times as well here, of ourselves working with the other two cities, villages, and townships. It all looks like it's kind of fallen into place, really, since the county's going to go ahead and move forward. That really puts the onus on us locals to get our part done too, because we need to be done before they do the transition at the county level. as well. So we'll be talking about this more to come, but we would need to sign a contract no later than April 1st of this next year of 2027 to get ourselves around with the other partners between, I think, St. Louis, Breckenridge. There's a couple townships that have said they're interested in moving forward sooner than later. And that will be more of a discussion at the upcoming meeting on June 24th with the Gratiot County Township Association meeting that's coming up. The library capital millage. Our last meeting, we went through the details on what the different millage options and what they could cover at the library from a standpoint of capital needs and for the ongoing maintenance of the building. What I heard and took from the last meeting was that we would, the board would like to put a proposal on the upcoming ballot for a millage for the library, for its capital improvements, and for its maintenance of the building and its grounds. We did put some draft ballot language in your newsletter. We did put it at the 1 mil levy. As we discussed at the last meeting, the 1 mil would cover everything that the library would need for capital for the next 10 years, and also would cover its maintenance needs on a yearly basis. Right now, their budget for their maintenance is $80,000 a year for the maintenance of the building and the grounds. So that would cover everything. This particular millage proposal would go into, it's called a sinking fund, just for capital and just for maintenance of the building, so it couldn't be used for anything else. So if the commission is, would like to move forward with that, we can get that on the agenda for the next meeting for that language approval and get that submitted to get it on the ballot. So
I would say yes.
I think so.
Yeah, good. It specifies 1 mil. Can we do a not to exceed 1 mil?
yes.
So that if this board would choose to, for whatever reason,
Yes.
levy less than 1 mil, we would have that option.
Yep, and that's the question I had for Curtis was, do I need to have that up to 1 million in the language so this board can make a decision on what to levy on a yearly basis? If that needs to be in there, we will make sure that's changed for your next meeting, if that has to be in there, or if this does allow you to have that authority to levy less than 1 million.
This says will be assessed within the city by 1 mil for a period of 6 years.
And I'd like to have that option
Yeah.
to
Yes.
do less
I agree. Yeah.
if we see fit. And
Not up to.
And that's the question I have for Curtis, to make sure if we need to have that there. Because after a couple of years, maybe you're putting enough money aside in your sinking fund that you don't need to levy.
Life changes.
Yes.
Things change, yes. Nice to have options.
Yep. So, okay, but like I said, we'll verify that, what needs to be there, and we'll have it on your agenda for next meeting. Just gave us some quick updates on our capital improvements. It was good news today, opening up Superior Street at State Street. The final coat of asphalt was put down, so that was open here this morning, as well as the center section of Center and Superior, that opened up today as well. Completely, that was opened up for traffic. The water tower painting and the interior recoating project continues. You probably noticed covering over the tower.
The big gray goes.
Yes, that is for so the dust doesn't fly, as they say, and blast the old paint off. And repainting will probably get started here soon. And then our Austin Street, South River Avenue street rehabilitation project is well underway. It's going well. All the removals have taken place, and the sanitary work will begin here soon. And the transportation and building expansion, we're coming down to our last 2.5 weeks here, 3 weeks, and
Friday.
What's that?
We hope to be done Friday.
We're gonna be all done with that Friday?
That's what I was told today.
All right, I'll believe that. Well, if that's the case, it'll be another 2 weeks before they get through all their punch items and stuff like that too, so, that's good news. So, but anyway, if that's the case, I'm very happy because that gives us some wiggle room to close this thing out before the end of the fiscal year here in June. So, up to the minute news here, I guess. So, and that's all I had this evening for the board.
Okay. Who has questions? Hearing none, we have a motion on the table to receive the city manager's report. All those in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Any opposed, no. Motion is carried, the report is received. Under new business, we have to consider a resolution to approve an amendment to the land purchase option agreement with Consumers Energy, increasing the option for 10.84 acres of land from parcel number 29.51 or -51-009-001-00, which was an increase from the original 9.75 acres that was approved on August 26, 2025. Your pleasure.
Move to adopt.
Support.
Motion and support. Just a slight change to the size.
By the time we configuration of a shared driveway for us and their uses, for us to, soon we'll be having to dig out lime, dry it, and move it off-site for our line retention ponds for our water treatment process. That we'll probably be doing that starting next year sometime. So they just need a little bit more room to make the drainage work and the driveway work.
Okay. Any more questions? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Any opposed, no. Motion is carried. Moving on to appropriations. Is there an interesting thing, appropriations tonight?
Move to pay the bills.
Support. Okay, we have a motion and support to pay the bills. Are there any comments or questions? I hear none. All those in favor, please say yes.
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 And opposed, no. Motion is carried. You can pay the bills, Curtis. Commissioner comments. Michelle, would you like to lead off tonight? Okay. Drew. Maybe quick night. Danny.
Nothing else to add, thank you.
Okay. Roger.
I'll just say it's good to look down and be able to see all the way through town again.
Without the orange,
Without all the barriers and all that kind of thing. So, progress.
Sarah. Eric, anything additional? Okay, and I would echo Roger's commitment or comment on the downtown. And I would also say, I think it looks really great that the new trees are in, the old ones are down. I think it really widened out and brightened up the downtown area. Looks a lot more like a commercial district to me now, so.
As I came through, when I pulled up about in front of Starbucks or something, I said, the town looks different.
Yes.
And as I got up, I said, it looks more opened up, and that's what it is. It's the new trees and stuff that are in there. Yeah.
It looks pretty. It reminds me of what it looked like when I was a kid, so. As I'm reliving my childhood. It's a welcome feeling, so.
Very, very nice.
Okay. So we do have requests to go into open meetings. We're kind of out of order.
We have the invitation.
Two commissioners.
Yeah.
It's two invitations.
But shouldn't we do this? I guess we could do invitation to the public first. So if any members of the public would like to address the commission, you'll have up to 5 minutes to do so. If you want to, you please go to the podium and state your name and address, and you'll have, like I said, 5 minutes to address the commission. What are your thoughts? Who would like to go first?
I don't like making this a habit for me. I know this is the second time I've been up here for the same reason, more or less. It's my neighbor. He is the filthiest,
Can we get your
trashiest.
name and address for the
Oh, I'm
records,
sorry.
please? I'm sorry.
Eva Ann Cecil at 117 Pleasant Avenue, Alma, Michigan.
Thank you.
I knew I was gonna goof up.
That's
But I have to say, something has got to be done other than just fining that man for his property. I went and did my yard, I sprayed it, I cleaned it all up when I first moved there. Now I'm having to spray it again because of getting fleas and ticks from his yard. And I can't have that. I couldn't even begin to think of selling my house because of the condition of that place. I have got names of people that live on all 4 corners. And they'll agree with me. It is the most filthiest hole I ever seen in my life. And there's no reason for it. He's not working. I heard he was ill. He had a condition. I feel bad for him. I helped him when I first moved there to clean up as best as I could, but then he just gave up and was letting me do it. And I said, no, this ain't gonna work. So something has gotta be done more than just finding him. Because it is nothing but a filthy, dirty hole. And with them vehicles, I know the police has already informed me. I have a nephew out of Lansing State Police said the same thing. You cannot have a vehicle in your yard if they're not licensed and they don't run. He's got 5. They've been there ever since I've been there, and I've been there 4 years. And my neighbor lady, she said, she's been there a lot longer than me. She said they've been there ever since. So, that's all I got to say. I don't mean to put this on you guys, but there's a dead tree in the corner of our lot. It's on his property. It come down this past year, took my whole back fence out. Who paid for it? I did. And this isn't right. Especially when I am trying to live right. All the rest of my neighbors, as far as I could see, did the same thing. A neighbor lady wants me to get up a petition. What for? What good will it do? So, that's about all I've got to say, is I'm fed up with that filthy hole. I know I can't sell my house the way it is right now, but I will move if I have to just say the heck with it and leave. It isn't fit for dogs. That's about all I got to say. I don't know if she has anything extra or not.
I'm here to support her. I'm the neighbor, so I'd like to see it cleaned up. Just
Would you like to make
It caught a fire.
so I'm Sheila LaForge. I live next door to her at 115. So since I moved in there, the place has pretty much been unkept by him. Even while he lived there, I moved in 2013. And he was already there. Life has happened, people come and go. He was there by himself last I knew. It's a lot for a person to take care of, but I think there should be a basic minimum. I don't care what you do on your property as long as you maintain it. Keep the yard cut, don't have critters going in and out of your things, because she watches them go in and out of his house that caught fire last year. And so it's just been an ongoing problem with him. We don't have anything against anybody else, we just want to see that property. Whether you can charge him for it and send somebody in and mow it, or, you know, what, I don't know, but we just like to see something done.
Okay, thank you very much. And Eric, can you give a code enforcement, bring a report back to us on what has been done and what can be done in the future for this? I appreciate that. Anybody else care to address the commission tonight?
Good evening. I'm Catherine Kaiser. I live at 606 Grafton Avenue in Elma. I've been a resident of Elma for nearly my entire life. I've always been proud of our community and the progress our city has made over the years. I'm going to try and stay calm. This has been something that's bothered me. I'm here regarding the flooding on April 15, 2026. Approximately 5 a.m. that morning, I discovered significant flooding on my property. Water had risen to my back steps, surrounding my vehicle, submerging portions of my yard, and ultimately flooding my garage and basement. In 6 years that I have lived at this address, the only thing flooded is my yard. It has never crossed my driveway. After hearing public announcements encouraging residents to report storm damage, I contacted Central Dispatch and requested the city inspect the city drain on my property. Throughout that morning, I was repeatedly told there is nowhere for the water to go, and that the flooding was simply a result of the storm. I was even told it wasn't even a city drain line by 3 city employees, that they looked at the computer and my drain is not on that computer system. That's a problem. However, when city employees Mike Gridley and his partner inspected the area, they discovered that the manhole to the drain that my drain should have been draining into was nearly dry. There was no water in it, which told that those two gentlemen, there was a blockade stopping that water from draining into that manhole from my yard. Had nothing to do with the rest of the city. They attempted to free the obstruction and improve the drainage. However, later Dane Grover and his partner continued that work and were ultimately able to fully open my drain. The results were immediate. Within approximately 90 minutes, the water that had been standing around my home receded to my yard to safe levels. This demonstrated that the flooding was not solely caused by the storm. It was a non-operational drain that played a significant role in my house flooding. Garage, basement had 5 feet of flooding in it. It was huge. I want the commission to know that I have prepared a much more detailed report of events and communications of who I have talked to and what I've been told. Throughout this process, I am receiving conflicting information that has never been adequately explained. I was initially told that city records showed no public drain existed at that location. Later, I was informed that the drain was in fact part of the city system and that it was one of 2 drains left in Elma that have a spring mechanism in there. What is a spring mechanism? I have zero clue because I can't get it explained to me. But why is there only 2 drains left with a spring in it if we're gonna have malfunctions? These inconsistencies are a significant reason why I'm asking for a closer review of what has occurred. I want to publicly thank Mike Ridley and Dane Grover. They listened and investigated the issue and took actions when the waterworks manager told me there was no place for the water to go, I just needed to wait. Following the flood, I attempted to work through the proper channels with the city. I submitted the requested forms, documented my losses, and spoke with city representatives regarding the circumstances surrounding the drain. Throughout those discussions, I was informed that there were 0 work orders to be worked on at 606 Grafton's drain. If I have not had flooding in 6 years of living there and there's been 0 work orders and it is a felony to touch city lines, how did that drain get closed? Why did that drain get closed? And why did my house flood?
Okay, I'm afraid that your 5 minutes is up.
Okay.
But I do appreciate you coming and bringing this to our attention. And again, Eric, I would ask that you prepare a report of
I will bring it to you.
everything, and if you've got information, everything that the landlord's provided, and what we've done, could be done in the future, and we'll look into this a little further, so.
I would appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy.
Would you like the report? I brought enough for you guys now, if you would like that as well.
If you've got a copy, you could give it to city manager, he'll include it in the packet that he prepares for us. Would anybody else like to address the commission tonight?
No, I don't want to talk.
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
No, you're wrong.
I should have thought about this strategically better. Casey Zahner from Greater Gratiot Development. Just coming here today, we are working on increasing our communication efforts this summer. So we do have 2 millage renewals up for the vote on August 4th from the countywide perspective. So just wanted to provide some information on those. The first is for the Commission on Aging. It does fund a significant portion of their services, I believe about 80%. It is a renewal at 0.6492 mils, and it provides food delivery to inbound seniors. It provides Food with Friends sites so that seniors can get out and come and have socialization and card games and things like that. It provides help with Medicare services, home repairs, ramps, a lot of different things. And so there's more information in this brochure. And then the second proposal is for agricultural and economic development services, and that goes towards 2 agencies. The first for the agriculture side is MX2 Extension and the 4-H Youth Development Services. And again, this one is a renewal of up to 0.5. This year it was levied at 0.4, so a little less than the 0.5. And that does fund their 4-H youth coordinator entirely, that position, as well as some MSU extension classes that they have on food canning and food safety in the area, things like that. I know we're all, as being a rural community, we're all very aware of the effects of 4-H, but I like to point out the statistics that 4-Hers are 2 times more likely to have the goal of being a leader, 3 times more likely to participate in community service, and 2 times more likely to report living life with intentionality and purpose. And I think that's something that we've realized in a post-COVID world where volunteerism has gone down. So really supporting youth in the area, I think, is important, and we do a great job of that. And then the economic development side of that millage is Greater Gratiot Development, which is who I'm representing today. We do general business consultation, brownfield redevelopment, county marketing, industry recruitment, strategic planning, housing development, TAIL initiatives, community development, and site selection work. So we do kind of a whole smorgasbord of things. I sometimes feel like we should be called community development, not economic development. But all those things come together for a thriving community, and that's what we've seen, especially in Alma in the last few years with the mixed-use projects of downtown housing and increased retail and restaurant opportunities, making those spaces places where people want to come, want to visit, want to live downtown. It creates a general quality of life that makes people want to live here, work for companies here, and stay here, and that's what we're hoping to do. So just a quick summary. More information can be found on the back websites, and then also the annual cost for the millages, which again are renewals. So
Thank you.
Thank you, Casey.
Thank you, appreciate it. Would anyone else like to address the commission tonight? You keep getting up, Dave. You must have something to say.
Not good.
Okay. Last chance for anybody. Okay, I don't see anybody else coming forward. So that'll end our public session, or public comment session, and we do have a consideration of a request from the city manager to conduct a closed session, which is permitted under Section 8D of the Open Meetings Act, MCL 15.268, regarding the purchase or lease of real property. Okay, support. And according to the note, it says 2/3 roll call of members is required to go into the closed session. And I believe we're not planning to take any action when we come out of closed session to conclude this meeting, because this meeting stays in session, and while we're going closed, we'll come back into the open session to close our meeting, but we don't plan on taking any action at that point. We'll just come out and close our open session. So with that, roll call, please.
Thank you. Commissioner Gibson is absent. Vice Mayor Harrington is also absent. Commissioner Fitz?
yes. Yeah.
Commissioner Warnick?
Yes.
Commissioner Allman?
Yes.
Commissioner Bear?
Yes.
And Mayor Mapes?
Yes. Okay, the vote is successful. We will go into closed session. Again, we're not planning on taking any action when we come out, but if you'd like to stay and wait for us to come out and watch us close our meeting, you're more than welcome to. Happy to have you do that. Otherwise, it's okay. We do have the camera back on, so we have returned from our closed session. At this point, we'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Is there a motion and support? Last chance for comments and questions. Hearing none, all those in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Any opposed, no. Motion is carried. We are adjourned. Thank you very much. Have a great evening.